Somebody brought up an interesting point about Ralph Tresvant and Bobby Brown. Was that the duet album that we needed that didn't come out? You know, New Edition for me was like Saturday Night Live or In Living Color. Uh, then NWA, Wu Tang Clan. They're acts that were within acts that were within acts that they had this incredible run. And you could throw Duran Duran in there too, that jumped off into different acts, which is so rare for that's not family related, but to have members and people each have careers and carve out multiple lanes. But New Edition was for me probably the most important R&B one to do that, if I'm being honest, for me, because obviously we know about Bobby's solo career. Ralph had a bit of a run. Johnny Gill's solo career. BBD was big. So you think about it, and of course, New Edition. But the two main guys, Ralph Tresvant and Bobby Brown, could they have been like the Ruffin and Kendricks of their era in terms of like duets and what? Because it got you kind of wondering. They were boys, and they did some projects together. Obviously, uncredited people didn't know that Ralph Tresvant sung the second verse in every little step, and you have to like really catch it to hear the tone. But they were in videos together. Uh, did a lot of stuff together. So it was kind of like they were really tight, thick like Heinz ketchup. But was it the project that we needed? Would it have been the album that we needed that we didn't know that we needed for R&B? And also, if you happen to like them too vocally, was it the record that we needed? That's a good question because I hadn't really thought about Ralph Tresvant and Bobby Brown. Was that the R&B album that didn't come out that would have been something? Because you always have these what is, and they did so much together, and it would have been interesting because I know Ralph's second album basically went glad bag when Reynolds rap. No one really, they went to Stone Cold Jim, but the second album had some cuts on it. It just didn't get no push. Bobby had a run, I want to say up until about 97 before it cooled off because he had all those songs and the remix in the key of B, and he had all those albums and everything like that. So that's what he was working on. But they think about it, the two of them together were very interesting. They had very interesting aspects to them of what they were putting down musically. So it kind of got me wondering if they had to work together and made a whole project. Maybe you team it up with Half, LA and Babyface. Maybe you team it up with Teddy Riley. Would have been interesting. Maybe Jamie Lewis. Would have been interesting. And of course, with I want to say Dr. Freeze, because Dr. Freeze, with what he did with BBD, especially for